Do I have everybody's attention now? 10 years later. The promo that shocked the wrestling industry. Oh man. Shocked it, turned it on its head, and to this day, one can argue that it's aged like fine wine in a lot of places, which is sad also because it's hard to say because promos like you get timeless promos like Austin 316, which was 25 years ago, a few days ago. So those who watched it are old, so I'm old. I didn't watch it, but I was born a year before it happened. But yeah, I'll be 26 in a few months. So we're at this point. CM Punk's promo with he drops the pipe bomb. He lays it out, and this is a promo that had WWE went full on and listened to what people were telling them for years could have aged like milk badly because then you could say, well, that promo is a product of its time. Sadly, that's not the case. A lot of the promo is still ringing true today for many, and it's still most talked about. It's the most popular thing to talk about. So let's talk about it. After CM Punk delivered his promo, he did his whole Summer Punk storyline, re-signed with WWE, and yeah, a lot of the promo to this day has aged very darkly, like fine wine, if the wine killed you right instantly. Because CM Punk goes on this manifesto streak where he talks about how he was a Paul Heyman guy, how Paul Heyman believed in him, and how he martyred himself for Punk's career, and how he was split, how he didn't like Dwayne Johnson because The Rock was given everything and whatnot. Then he goes ahead and says New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, brings up Colt Cabana, and yeah, and he even calls, even addresses Hulk Hogan being a kiss ass, which is true. And then Hulk Hogan lost his mind and went on a power streak, a power trip. And John Cena called him out, saying he's a you know what kisser. And there's so much in this promo that had WWE even as so much as listened to it could have been just a product of its time that really kickstarted the change and make WWE look like the good guys in their twisted worldview. But it didn't. As the years have gone by, many people could claimly, with evidence and news reports back up, say that WWE has actually aged terribly. WWE hasn't done the Be a Star campaign like when he was going to go ahead. How CM Punk was going to talk about this story about Vince saying about this whole bullying campaign, which which likely would have brought up how Vince is actually a gigantic bully, which would be confirmed more weeks on. And then and then everything Jim Ross does is a subject of controversy when it comes to Vince McMahon's relationship with him. Oh boy. And Punk going ahead and being pissed that he's worked his ass off and he's been screwed over with the straight edge society. He was ready to leave. He was pissed. He was ready to just go somewhere else or retire altogether. And was pissed that The Rock, who was a part timer, came back and ultimately was gifted the main event WrestleMania a year in advance when everyone else has believed that they should earn the right to earn main event Mania, only for that long, annoying thing where WWE started just giving planned Mania events a year in advance. Like we would hear a report that Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar was going to main event WrestleMania 31 1 year before the actual event. And then subsequently, we all were like, there's no way they would do that. That's stupid. Mostly because they wouldn't plan such a thing. They would have to they would have to do, like, make a lot of leaps on that in order to push this right. They would have to do it so correctly and timed. They can't do that. They would have people should be rewarded for the main event. They should earn their way to the main event. Only for that match to actually be the main event, and everyone hates and everyone's pissed about it. And you got all these talk shows. Like, I'm surprised Punk didn't go out the charity stuff where they talk about how, like, how WWE, for some reason, when there's an exception like Daniel Bryan, everyone else, they don't really mention anyone else's charity stuff. Like, oh, AJ Lee granted her first wish. Oh, no, we can't talk about that. She's a heel, so we can't bring that up. But we could talk about Kane, who's supposed to be a monster, and bring up how he's buddies with Daniel Bryan. Oh, we can't bring up that this person did charity. We gotta bring up Cena because, you know, Cena is the main charity guy. And okay, fine, but like, what about everyone else? All the good work they do, they don't count in there in your philanthropy is the future of marketing. We all know that line from Stephanie. I'm still amazed that she got away with that. But yeah, and how Punk goes ahead and talks about John Laurinaitis down the road. Oh, in fact, he started doing more Pipebomb promos afterwards during the road to SummerSlam, where he calls out John Laurinaitis about his whole position of power and calling out how he doesn't really go to the people he has to fire. He just says it's a budget thing and not tell them the actual truth, which is nowadays the faking of record revenue because corpo move. And like I said, this promo has aged more and more because John Laurinaitis, like, at once upon a time, WWE looked like it was going to be on the right track, only for stuff to be revealed that, nope, they never went there. They got rid of John Laurinaitis a year later. Then he comes back in 2020 to 2021. And the women's division is starting to have issues again with the Divas Era concern, since John Laurinaitis is reportedly not a fan of women's wrestling, because we have to have that age-old philosophy, because women are just objects in Vince's worldview. And Vince McMahon reportedly trying to build up a philosophy, once again, that everything must be around him, that everything must stick to his belief, that everyone has to serve him. So, yeah. And CM Punk going after the fans and harassing them, like, I don't know how to speak about that correctly. Like, okay, there are fans who are complete and utter jerks, and WWE has been really lenient. And in fact, I'm gonna say, remember in 2015, I believe, when the crowd going into the ring was at an all-time high for some reason, and everyone was just wondering, can they just beat the holy hell out of them? They did it in the 90s. And it's not like they can sue. There's like the entire world is a witness to seeing this fan trespassed into the ring. Therefore, they're part of the show, which means you can have full rights to kick their ass. And there are some who could have done that and hold great restraint. Like when Raven in WCW was almost assaulted by a fan, and he was just like, and even though you could tell that he wanted to beat the holy hell out of that fan. I think this was in 98. So, yeah, telling you how that works. And CM Punk even admits that no matter what he says, it's always going to be, the WWE will always be making money. And that's the saddest reality of all. The WWE, if they had somehow botched everything up, which they have done on several occasions, they'll still make money. That's the unfortunate part. Just me talking about this means they've already won, because this is giving them exposure. More so. And they got their blood money deals. I would love to see if CM Punk returned to wrestling just to cut a sequel Pipebomb promo, where he goes up, like, if he shows up on AEW, he just goes ahead and cuts a promo and just, like, lambasts the company to death since his leaving of 2014, how WWE has gotten actually far worse or more exposed. Like, you know, the whole reveal of the trash bag incident. Oh, we all know that fabulous story where women wrestlers start coming out and saying, oh, this has been going on for some time. Mickie James got it twice. She recently came out and said this happened to her the first time she left WWE. Maria Kanellis got it twice. Not Melina, I think. Like Eva Marie, no, I don't think she did. Chelsea Green, Renee Young, they all got it, and oh man. And Gail Kim claiming that she's been told stories about this from women before her time in WWE, which means this is a multi-decade long thing, which is wired into that company culture. Even CM Punk went on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, I don't believe you, WWE." So yeah, like, and now WWE got more totalitarian, like the whole idea of, let's take away their third party rights. Let's take away that right. Let's go ahead and charge egregious prices on Cameo. Let's screw all these people over. Let's fire these good workers and only keep the pieces of garbage that go ahead and say horrible stuff or do horrible stuff. And then we'll finally fire them when we can't use them anymore. But we'll keep several of the other horrible people and fire all these guys. Or when they go ahead and fire the people and then re-sign them to lesser deals because of money. Especially when they fire them during a pandemic, when everything was closed. Do you see? Like, I have been a fan since 2001. I don't think I can really sever my connection with WWE. Me talking about this is evidence enough. But the more I hear these stories, I am glad I did not want to go into wrestling in terms of working for WWE, because I always thought that should be the be-all, end-all. But nowadays, I look back on that as like, man, I am so glad more opportunities are opening up outside of the WWE. Like, there's AEW, there's Impact, there's MLW, there's Ring of Honor, there's New Japan Pro Wrestling, there's Stardom, there's Dragon Gate, there's all these European promotions. The UK was decimated, though. There's all these smaller promotions in India and China opening up, some in Indonesia, and WWE is like still trying to grab all of it. They're trying to gobble it all up because they have this unsustainable attitude. And then when Nick Khan came in, oh boy, could you imagine what Punk would say now if he wanted to about Nick Khan, considering what is reportedly about him, how he's a kind of a ruthless guy behind the scenes and how he leads things as the president and doing all this firings and doesn't care what their status is. He'll fire them, even if they're on TV, or even if they're married to somebody, or even if they're in a terrible situation. WWE is the only place financially giving them an option. Yeah, that's kind of ruthless. And this is partially Vince's fault in my eyes, because had Vince just been told all the years prior to not overblow the roster, there would have been a sustainable level of growth. But WWE was like, no, we need to have an unsustainable growth that when it eventually crashes on us and we get people who want to get rid of a whole bunch of people, we'll look more like bad guys. Like, there's so much in this promo. I really kind of want to see CM Punk make another one just to imagine what he would say now about WWE. He probably wouldn't say the name. He probably can't. But he could go on the mic and just bring up, oh, that, like how Hulk Hogan, begrudgingly I had to bring him up, how he talks about this great organization up north and Titan's Tower and all that. But yeah, like, CM Punk left with the title and then he came back with it. But yeah, and Vince, the one few things that did age poorly was Vince was a millionaire at the time, and then he became a billionaire. And the Yes Men could have ended, but he brought it back. And yeah, and the whole line where people bring up now is, I like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead, and the fact is that it's just going to be taken by his young daughter and his doofus son-in-law and the rest of his family and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's kind of aged badly. Okay, it aged badly right when it started, because as much as people hate Vince McMahon, not everyone's going to wish him death, except for the complete psychopaths on the internet. But there is one thing he was wrong about on that. It's probably not going to be taken over by Triple H or Stephanie or even Shane at this point. Linda's not into WWE anymore, as last I heard. She tried politics, and look how that ended up. And then the regime happened, and then we never want to talk about that ever again for a while until those scars heal. But considering how much AAA did to get to that level, only for one guy to come in and then be granted all this power that Triple H worked over a decade to build, only for one guy to say, I'm from a TV network enterprise and I will go ahead and tell you everything you want to hear. Damn it, you're the president of this company now, damn it. Like, you gotta wonder how much Triple H was thinking all this time and I wasted everything. It wasn't worth it, I think. Oh god, and then Triple H going ahead and turning into basically the false prophet to the IWC community about how his attitude towards the fans whenever they bring up the product and why do these call-ups fail, and then he goes ahead and says, well, sometimes it's the booking's fault, like there are certain differences and whatnot. And I could say the honest truth that Vince is a discriminatory bastard, but you know, we have investors, and that would look bad in our public power statement. Also, the fact that Vince McMahon has awkward hugs with me these days. So awkward. And Triple H then going ahead and saying maybe it's not the booker's fault, maybe it's the talent's fault, which is like, right. So it's the talent's fault that they were somebody in NXT, but when they're brought up to the main roster, they're either dismantled, repackaged, or dismantled and repackaged, or in Bray Wyatt's case, get built up, dismantled, then destroyed for a number of years. Then he has to rebuild himself back up with more content, and only to be destroyed because of politics, and then get destroyed, and then get rebuilt again, then get destroyed, then get burned alive, literally. And there we are with this. So, yeah. So, yeah, I know I ranted a lot about this, but this kind of relates to the CM Punk stuff, how much things have aged in years since 2011. 2021 onwards, people will probably still talk about this promo, unless CM Punk cuts the sequel promo that people want to hear from him. Like the other one people think is AJ Lee's promo against the Diva division at the time. And also, I like to bring up, this kickstarted the genre of Pipebomb style promos, work shoot promos, like Kevin Owens, like they would have Roman Reigns sometimes try to do a work shoot promo when he was starting up as a main event push. They would have Miz do cutthroat promos, Talking Smack being his most famous one because it was really unscripted and really hostile. And yeah, like I think one of the few that actually made a promo that you could make the argument is on that level, or at least close to that level, is Miz. And I would say Daniel Bryan, but that was when he was doing the whole I don't give a damn attitude, where he just starts saying random stuff just to anger management so they fire him. Like, that's at least my belief why he was doing it, because, I can't quit because that would be rude of me. But I can go ahead and piss off people backstage and say stuff on TV or live on the network, or just to hear their reaction just so I could get fired, because that's completely different. So, yeah. I think Miz is pretty up there with microphone talk, though he's WWE for life. I can't imagine him going anywhere else. Plus, we have his TV 14 counterpart in MJF. Yeah, I actually keep thinking that if Miz was in the independents, he would definitely be MJF, but TV 14. That's just how similar MJF and Miz could be to me. Like, like MJF is great, but I keep thinking, man, this would be like if Miz when TV was allowed to go TV 14 on the mic, because it would be absolute bloodlust, more than cutthroat. Oh man, this was a great vid. I just wanted to talk, so there we go. This was Neo Reality Entertainment presenting the WrestleVerse CM Punk's Pipebomb promo 10 years later. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. See y'all next time. Peace and take care, everybody, and have a good day.